Okay, here we are. I was gonna say in Italian because today I have a very dear friend of mine, an Italian, one of my paisan. Okay, so very happy today to be back for the Empower Hospitality, the webinar. The webinar because actually the physical event, due to the corona, the queen, the king, is not possible to do it offline. So we decided, since you have a lot of time home, to keep you company, to entertain you, to empower you. And I have a very, very special guest, actually an expert of TV live streaming, webcasting. And I want to pass it over to my friend Enzo. Enzo.
Hey, can you see me?
Yes, yes. Let me check everything. You go, Enzo.
How are you? Good evening. Thanks, Elio, for hosting me on your session. Actually, this is a very funny situation because, as you said, I'm a live streaming travel tech broadcaster, and normally I'm sitting in the other side of the desk. And
That's right.
tonight, I'm feeling like I'm a guest speaker sometime.
That's
So
right.
thanks for inviting me anyway, and uh, and
Welcome.
I hope the viewers will have some fun tonight.
Well, thank you
Which
for
we can.
coming, and I'm sure the viewer will get a lot of value. You are a big expert, so I just want to hear your story. And so we were talking a bit during the weekend. You told me something about you coming from the industry, a lot of experience.
Well, depend on the point of view. When you say a lot of experience, there are people older than me, and there is always space to grow here. So, but anyway, I'm Enzo Aita, and the founder of Funnel TV, the travel tech channel. It's a live streaming channel that broadcasts mainly on LinkedIn. We only broadcast contents related to the travel tech and hospitality industry, because this is my background. Basically, I'm in this industry since 20 years, more or less now. Yeah, I actually started in during the Jubilee, so in 2000, and I have started this career by starting really from scratch. I was a receptionist in a three-star hotel in Italy, in Naples, where I come from, and I really enjoyed this job. Actually, this job came suddenly, like that. It was not my plan to work in an hotel. As I was living in UK for about 4 years. Then once I'm back in Italy, I said to myself, okay, what I'm going to do now, and I said, okay, I speak English. I'm half French because my mother is French. I speak French.
Ah,
I can work in a tourist space. There's might be some needs of someone who can speak more than a language.
Enzo, I didn't know to parle français. We have some French audience. We have Germans. We have
Ouais, c'est
Italian.
vrai. Ah, très bien, très bien. Euh,
Go ahead.
il faut que je parle français, un peu anglais. Qu'est-ce que tu préfères, Elio? I prefer English just because I'm very confident as I speak English most of my time every day. So let's go in English just because we have maybe some viewers from France, someone from Italy, someone from US. I don't know where they're coming from. So English is the common words, for everyone.
Yeah, it's true. You also speak Spanish, no? Where are you based?
I'm based in Barcelona. I'm sitting in Barcelona. I live here since 4 years. I moved here because I moved for business reason. I was working for an Indian company called Regain, and I was doing initially the sales. I was playing a role in a sales field, and then I moved in marketing. So I had a great time, and then I'm still here because this is a lovely city. It's really similar to where I come from, Naples. It's a seaside city with a lot of history, good food, nice, events, party, fun. This is very important in my life because I'm very focused on business. but when is the moment to get fun, I want to get fun. You know what I mean? So and
Sure.
and so after coming,
Wait a moment. So,
yeah, tell me,
from Naples to Barcelona, from receptionist to light streamer, broadcaster.
what's going on here? What's wrong?
No, no, no. I'm just saying. I like transformation, and there is a red path, no? Because you said it. The location didn't change too much. Maybe they don't speak Napolitan, but actually Napolitan is a mix between Italian and Spanish, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Exactly. You're right. You got it.
And then the receptionist is not much different than hosting events, right?
Yeah, I mean, you always take care about someone who's coming for a reason, and you have to entertain those people. It could be hosting them at the hotel, like hosting them to an event. So you have to entertain. You have to make sure people are comfortable, and you bring them value to their experience. Yeah, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's always the same, man. It's all about being public, um, having a good sense of what's going on in the market, try to catch the right piece of what's going on, and transform this piece in a trend, piece of contents. So it could be hosting again a traveler, and help them to spend their experience in your destination, like hosting people to a live stream, and make sure that they are feeling comfortable, and you give to the audience a great experience. So more or less, it's all about the same, sense here. And that's why the careers, from my point of view, you have to challenge yourself.
You
When
have
I was
challenged yourself a lot. Now, did you move alone or with family
no,
from
no,
Naples to Barcelona?
with of course, with my family. I won't move without my family. I have three children. My wife is Japanese, so
Japanese.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm not speaking Japanese at all. I know a few words, but I'm not able to communicate in Japan.
Where did you meet your wife? In
When
Italy?
I was in UK,
In
so
UK?
yeah, I met her 21 years ago, and then we moved to Italy after a few years spending, experience, work, study in UK. Then I decided to come back in Italy, my
Come on,
country.
Enzo. It's a joke. It sounds very similar to my experience. My wife is not Japanese, and if I say South Korean, she will get upset. But she's coming from South Korea, and we did met in England. And after England, we went to Italy. But then the story is that you went to Barcelona after Italy, and I went to Norway because she is Norwegian.
Doesn't
For
matter.
the one from Norway listening, Hadebra, so we have the Espanol with Enzo, the French, the Sava, comme si, comme ça, the Italiano, we
Sì,
have the English, the Japanese, I don't know, arigato, only arigato I know.
arigato, konnichiwa, konbanwa, few other words, but I won't mention them.
Your wife has to come and talk for the Japanese audience. Yeah, so you were working for an Indian company. How come?
Well, because after the experience in the hotels, and then I was there for about 2 years and all, 3 years almost. I did some, very deep and focus, understanding of the industry, because I was really engaged at that time of helping the hotel where I was working to start to sell their room online, because I'm talking about 2000, when a lot of people, a lot of hotels didn't even know about, OTA, online travel agency. And I was lucky because the owner of the hotel was starting, understanding that a lot of business was moving online. So it was starting by itself to manage those channels, distribution, pricing, and I was looking at him and say, look, I can help you. I'm interested in what you're doing. So I learned a little bit, and then suddenly I was becoming the booking manager of the hotel, because the owner, of course,
Can
start this.
can we say you're a hungry person? And I don't mean food, but you want to grow in your life. You're looking for learning new things.
Right now, you mean?
No, in general, as a person, would you describe yourself as someone who likes to sit down and be comfortable, or you like to challenge yourself? You're always hungry for new challenges.
Both, I would say.
It depends. From
I
time
want
to
to be
time, you are
sitting
comfortable.
comfortable. I want to be sitting comfortable like I am right now. But at the same time, I want to challenge myself to learn more and more. Yeah, of course.
Sure.
You have to have always some ambitious, some objective, some target you want to, you
What's
dream
your
to,
what's your ambition? Where do you wanna be? I mean, we will talk about this later on in the interview, but just give me very quickly what's your goal? The next 10 years, where do you see yourself?
well, I want to, as you know, I founded this live streaming channel, Funnel TV. I want to, this is the first live streaming channel really focusing on travel tech and hospitality industry. I want to transform this channel in one of the best media communication.
Explain for a baby. Just, I have my daughter 5 years old. If she's watching, and so what's a travel channel? Very, very simple.
What do you mean, travel channel?
Yes.
But I didn't
What
get
it
the
is?
question.
Is it TV? Is like in YouTube? Is in LinkedIn?
Yeah, it's in. You can go to funneltv.tech, which is the website. You can watch the live stream there, or also the on-demand recordings, all the session we produced so far. Or you can go on LinkedIn, or you can go on YouTube or Facebook. Those are the channel we broadcast.
Okay, great, great. So,
So
going back to your past, to
yeah,
your story. So, you basically went from Naples to Barcelona. You actually did a step in UK where you took your wife with you on the trip, on the go, and then you basically land into the Catalan capital, right?
yeah,
And between a paella and a live stream, you're making your living. And so far, I actually can see I met you virtually because you were doing this ITB Berlin. Do you
yeah,
want to talk about that
yeah.
for a
Well,
moment?
uh,
What it is?
I have few partners working with Funnel TV, Rita Varga and Ryan Haynes. I was in touch with them since long time to plan this ITB events, as I was planning to go the ITB, and then suddenly a week before the ITB was taking place was announced the cancellation. So
So sad.
we- so I was discussing this with Rita, Ryan, and I would say that they had a great idea. Rita is based already in Berlin. Ryan was planning to go anyway, even without the trade show, due to some several meetings. I said, why don't we set up some live stream where we can interview people and go through different session with different guests with different topics and make a non-stop 3-4 hour live stream on LinkedIn. I said, this is a crazy stuff. I want to do it. Yeah, let's do it. Uh,
Why you want to do crazy stuff?
yeah, I mean, it's again going back to the challenge yourself. So I'm here with Funnel TV, trying to do different things from any other platform. I'm trying to build contents in a different way. I'm trying to distribute those contents in a different way. So, which mean, and this is actually one of my best and favorite motto of Funnel TV, which is break the loop and change the rules. So which mean first myself I have to break the loop and change the rules, so I have to give the example and believe in that. So when I had this when Ryan and Rita proposed me this idea, I said I think this is a crazy, of course, it's something new we do. Let's do it. I mean, there's no risk here. Let's do it. I mean, we can only be appreciated from the market, because a lot of people were supposed to go to Berlin for the trade show. They didn't, and somehow someone did it. So we create a kind of bridge and connecting people and watching something is going on in Berlin anyway without ITB, and we can help this message go out there and amplify the audience. So that's what we did, and actually I had a
I
lot
think
of
it's a awesome,
yeah,
awesome
a lot of
idea from
positive feedback. uh,
yes,
so
from you, Ryan, that actually I told you I met before you through LinkedIn, and he was supposed to be interviewed, but he had some technical issue. Then he came to Berlin, and he will be back on the Empower Hospitality webinar next time.
Okay.
So I really congratulate all of you. You in the first person as the one that with the click funnel was light streaming, and you kind of were controlling, right? All the cameras, the
Yeah.
location, the people.
Yeah, I was.
Great job. I've been watching, and I think it should be distributed more, because there were great contents, people talking about what I don't want to talk about today because everybody's talking about, but let's say projection for the future of the season, the 2020 season. ITB, do you want to spend some time talking about it, ITB, or should I just say it? Did you have anything to do with ITB?
Not really. I was planning to go there to run some live stream, but at the end I didn't go. I was sitting in my studio and connecting with Ryan and Rita based there. So I can't say anymore. Apart the live stream you have available on YouTube and Funnel TV, so I don't have any other things to add on it.
Okay, so just for the people listening, ITB, I'm not sure what it stands for, but it's the biggest trade show in the whole world. They started 45 years ago, and for the first time, they had to stop. Even the Panzer trunk German, they had to stop because of this craziness in the air that is making a lot of people sick. So as ITB has been canceled, also we were organizing a social networking that we will do next time. We are talking about, me and Enzo organize something cool, a project that we're working on. But anyway, I want to go back to your story and your why. I mean, why did you start in the first place? Why the hotel? Why the TV channel? What's the motivation behind?
Well, it was a natural evolution of myself. Um, as I said, I started in the hotel. From the reception, I stepped up to the booking office by managing all the distribution across the web, and that was the moment I had this, how to say, lights on top of my mind, lights on, and say
Okay.
technology is where I have to move forward. And so I was starting looking for a new job, moving from the reception. I wanted to step, on the other side of the reception and become a provider for hotels, because I was understanding very quickly that digital marketing, e-commerce, online distribution, and then revenue management was becoming the most important aspect in the hospitality industry.
The money.
Yeah, and so I thought, should I stay at the reception and watch, or should I go on the other side and try to help hoteliers becoming more smart on the way they build their sales strategy, let's say. And then I start to work with different company by providing different technology consultants. So I started with an Italian company called Nozio. I was mainly selling web marketing services. Then I start to uh, growing my know-how, and again by investing in myself and learning, training, and then I moved into revenue management by working with the international companies such as Red Tiger, Travel Click, and so on.
I
And
think you just said something so important. And so you said investing in yourself. And I heard it from Warren Buffett, the richest man in the world, one of the richest. And it was during the previous recession, because now they are talking about this is the next recession. And in the middle of this 2008 subprime crisis, real estate crashed the market, everything was going down. They asked what people should do, and he said, invest in yourself, in your mind, in your knowledge, to
yeah,
become a better person.
definitely. If you don't invest in yourself, how can you scale your path? I mean, I was looking always to get more and more and more, but I'm not talking about money only. I'm talking about more and more sitting in the right place, talking with big industry leaders, working with big company, partnering with big player. That was my dreams always. So, and gather all those information and turn them into the industry in a somehow. And that's why during my career I have covered different roles by doing sales, uh, revenue management, consulting, event organization. And then when you do this kind of things in the life, you have to learn how to market yourself and sell yourself. I mean, and you don't know, but naturally you learn how to market and sell. So in some point, what was more make me curious was the marketing aspect of the cycle, right? And then I start to focus more on this role by playing more activity and tasks related to marketing for travel tech company. And
Sure.
I build my network of contacts. I would say I'm very good user of LinkedIn. I have more or less 30,000 people connected with me, and
Wow.
people are connected with me not since yesterday, but since more than 10 years now, because it's the time I'm using LinkedIn. And at some point I was already doing live streaming since many years. I was doing a lot of webinar in the past. I was planning a lot of type of innovative campaign to run and position the company I was working for. So, and suddenly, by growing this network in LinkedIn, I had this opportunity to run the live stream on this platform. And then my idea was, all right, so this is the moment. I have a good number of connection, um, and I have very good connection with a lot of them actually, because even if I'm not meeting people, I have a lot of call every day with all of them. I meet people online. I meet people in the event. So somehow I won't say that I know personally the 30,000 people connected with me on LinkedIn, but I know a lot of them. And when I got this opportunity, I said, "This is the moment. I have to propose something new on the market and breaking the loop and change the rule." Especially because in the last 4 years, I was working as a marketing manager. I discovered myself in many different situations, very struggle in the way I was doing the marketing by starting on the base, building the contents and then turning the contents in different format and piece like blog post, video, webinar, and so on, and how to distribute those contents. So the scale and the path of building a proper marketing strategy was becoming, from my point of view, a big issue. And I
Let me
think,
ask you
yeah,
one thing, Enzo.
yeah.
Would you say it's more important the what to know something or to know someone?
Oh, you need both. You need both. If you know something but you don't know anyone to tell, it's talking to a wall, but if you don't know anything and you want to talk to someone, if you don't bring value today, there is no space for people. I think the world is huge, and the web, it's something that 20 years ago maybe was a very virgin, place. It's not that anymore. If you want to stand out from the cloud, you have to know stuff, you have to know people. That's the dirty truth, I would say.
But for your success, what would you say has been most important? To know the right thing or to know the right person?
No, no, really, honestly, to know right things is definitely giving you the opportunity to sit and say something that bring value, and then that will be paid back for sure. So knowing things is much 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 more important.
So you're a believer of being so good they can't ignore you. You're trying to show up to the marketplace what you can bring by learning, by becoming a better person, and then people will notice you.
Definitely, definitely.
Okay.
It's the audience at the end will judge yourself, and will judge what you do, and if the things you're doing is good, And if I'm still there, there is a reason. It's because I know what I'm saying, and I know what I know, and I know how to establish, a good communication and relationship approach with anyone in the world, from the from the bottom line to the leadership.
You mentioned Ryan, no? And I told you he was supposed to be on the interview last week, and for some technical issue, we had to postpone it. How is the connection with him? Where
Oh,
did you
I was
meet?
working with Ryan from 2007 until 2010 or 11.
Hi, Ryan.
I was working with Ryan at the time of Red Tiger. I was doing the sales manager in Italy, and he was doing the marketing PR activity. And we had a very good time together. We traveled a lot together. We had some fun time in Miami, and but that's not the place to talk about it.
Why not? Why not? It's interesting. No, tell me the funny story in Miami.
After midnight, maybe I can
After
share.
midnight. Okay. It's something that kids cannot hear. Okay, good. So Ryan is definitely a funny English man, and I think also very knowledgeable. Now he's also into marketing and communication.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, he's in
Yeah,
this industry since a long time, like I am, more or less. So it's a very well-known person, and he works with a lot of travel tech so company as a consultant, and now we're starting together collaborating on Funnel TV.
that's great. That's great. Okay, so Funnel TV. You come with this idea. How did you come with this idea? Remind me again.
Right, because I was explaining, I was playing this role of a marketing manager, and honestly, I was managing actually a team of 10 people, great people. But the way we were scaling the marketing plan, from my point of view, even if it was fast enough, it wasn't good enough, so expensive and slow time, some time. And I said, why? So if I look at the process, no, when you do a marketing strategy, you always start from contents, no, and then you decline these contents you create in different formats, you distribute those contents to your audience, and then you do events, trade show, and stuff like that. So and how many company are doing the same, right? So how do we compete with those company? You have two things to compete: money. If you have more money, you get more visibility, or you have great idea and make them viral and differentiate from your competition. And then, so when I discovered the live stream, I realized that you are actually able to follow the same process of having 10 people taking care of building contents, build them into different piece of formats, and then I discovered that doing so was much faster and easier, let's say easier. Okay, take
Let's say.
it with the right uh, say, okay, so why don't we try to offer a new way to company to build their content and marketing strategy by starting from a different angle, instead of sitting on a desk and put draft of documents and words and Excel file. Let's build an idea, give a structure, very basic, but really rock, get the right people on boards and go live and build the contents by starting from the live stream. And I actually start to test this, and immediately had the opportunity to work with some company and do a very technical test, practical test. And actually, we discovered that in the time we were producing, for example, a mini series of 3 episode live stream episode, and then producing in post production all the piece of contents, we did it faster, with the less cost impact, and with the higher value, because we were able to bring, during the live stream, always top leader and having very upscale conversation. And when you have those people having a great conversation and you have a recording of that, You are able after this to build any blog post. You want to create any podcast. You want to create video, teaser, trailer, whatever you want. In post production, once you have 60, 90 minutes of great recordings, you are able to do a lot of things. And actually, I took 60, 90 minutes to create the contents, and then 2 days to post product and diversify them in different formats, and providing this to my clients. And in a really 2 3 weeks time of live streaming, they were able to cover the marketing strategy, the content part of the marketing strategy for the next 3 4 6 months, which was really hard for me to do so in a traditional approach. So that's why my motto again is here to say breaking the loop and changing the rule. That's what I did. I completely break the loop and change the traditional rule of building a content plan by starting from live and then producing, all the piece of contents on a second stage phase.
It's very smart, very smart. Do you have any example to bring? You were talking about something successful.
Yeah. So, for example, every Friday at 3 o'clock, we do a series called Digital. It goes live at 3 o'clock every Friday, and the director of this digital is my partner Simone Porto. We are at the second season already. We did at least, I think, 16, 18 episodes, and in each episode we had all top leaders guest speaking, and the volume of visualization we gather is huge. I'm talking about several thousand visualization, which means that whoever is
Wow.
on board during the session, me including and Simone, we who are the main producer, we are getting a huge visibility, and we are getting a lot of new contacts on the market, getting a lot of interesting leads, and investigating more how to collaborate with Funnel TV. Or, for example, we do another, the ITB, in only a few days, we passed 2,000 visualization of the
Wow.
live stream. Or, for example, HSMI, uh, I'm taking care about their specific channel. So they broadcast on their channel, also on Funnel TV, but they were looking something to broadcast on their particular social media channel. So sometimes I'm in the situation where I help clients not broadcasting necessarily on Funnel TV, but they want to do this on their own channel. But of course, you need some technical, you know, um, knowledge. You need some experience, and of course, you need someone who, on top of the idea, can actually transform the idea into an operational plan by starting from choosing the right topics, inviting the right guests, and so on. So HSMI is another great example.
What
Cloud
is HSMSMI?
HSMAI, which means Hospitality Sales and Marketing Association International. They
Okay.
are the oldest association worldwide. There are thousand and thousand hoteliers affiliated. I'm part of the board advisor in the field of revenue management, and I am also their provider of marketing contents, and I help them to spread the words of the association, to live stream on their channel, on my channel. I do sometimes live stream on their during their events, their conference. So sometimes I also do live stream during conference. So this is also a great opportunity. So when you do live stream during an event, is when you have the top, number of engagement and visualization. Definitely.
Yes. What was the biggest event you have done live stream?
Well, I did World Travel Market. I did Revenue Optimization Conference with HSMAI. I did ITB. So we plan to do more, but of course, now due to the situation we know in Europe, there is a less number of events, less number of people are traveling. So, and actually, I'm getting more business now. For
Yes.
some reason, a lot of people now are get in touch and find out more how building project and personalized series on Funnel TV. So,
Okay, so let's talk about that. So we heard your story, and it's a lot of traveling and a lot of places, a lot of companies. You have changed different jobs. You learn a lot, and now you became a kind of an authority in the
No,
industry.
come on, I'm not an authority. Don't say that because I don't believe so. So, but anyway, if you think so, thanks.
Yes, and so this is the present moment. Is you said it's something that is really going big. It's growing fast, and now you're talking about the future, and specifically the short time future. The situation is bringing people home, and so they are watching more content online, YouTube, and all this other TV. And so for you, it's a great opportunity. What is the challenge that you see in the industry? Where do you want to bring your company, TV Funnel, for the next future?
Well, as I said, I would like to turn this channel into one of the main place to get an update on the industry trends. So, either if you are an hotelier and you want to know more about how the market is evolving from the tech point of view, how to improve your marketing or revenue. So I want to have this mainly this audience to understand more about those opportunity to grow and improve by sharing the right contents, of course. But not all, few company, because I'm not want to build any big organization here. It's just about doing the right thing for the right number of clients. I want to help them to give a new way of promoting themselves, but not selling the product, but by position themselves in a leadership way, and of course doing through the live stream, which is a completely innovative way to create and distribute those content. So I want to make sure that Funnel TV becomes for our industry, which is at the end of the day a small industry, is a B2B market. So I want make sure that Funnel TV is become one of the best place to get an update on the market. So I want to understand what's going on out there. I'm a revenue manager. I want to see what's going on up there, and I connect on Funnel TV and I watch if there is any contents there, and those contents are all generated from the protagonist of the market, so hoteliers. I most of the time I have as a guest speaker hoteliers from a big company, for example. So and their know-how will be definitely appreciated from the audience. So that's what I want from Funnel TV.
Okay, what are the challenges?
Well, the challenge is there is not at the moment I see big challenge. Well, of course, when I talk with some company, as I said, for them breaking the loop is it's something not really there yet. So because they normally are since the last 10, 20 years, maybe they been investing on the more or less the same type of marketing plan by doing always the same trade show, same events, blog posts, newsletter, stuff that now people I think are bored. Those those contents are bored and not fascinating at all. So so basically this is the challenge, trying to let them understand that now there is another way to tell things to the market. So and at the same time you can have a good audience, profile audience, and show yourself in a different way, but most importantly you can interact with them real time, which is another aspect which not many company understand right now, because they are very good in sending newsletter, but what about the feedback from the readers? Did they read those newsletter? What they think about those contents? Did they tell you? No. If you do live stream, it's different. You tell things real time, and you get people there engaging with you, conversating with you, having a conversation, open conversation with you, and tell you the truth. I don't like what you're saying. They can tell you right now in the comments, and nobody can stop them to say so. So, but at some point, if they say the things you're saying is shit, you have to take this in account. Oh man, yeah, you have to take this in account. So now people can tell you, "Hey man, stop sending this shit newsletter and come here online, and I gotta tell you a couple of things, And now they can open the conversation with the market. So nobody's was offering that before. unless you go to a trade show and events. How much cost that? Is again going back to the issue of traveling, taking space at the trade show, which is okay, which is good. But now there is also live stream. And this is the challenge. People need to understand that there is a new way to distribute, to create and distribute contents.
Okay, so I see basically you're trying to let people talk, let people interact instead of being passive, like the whole media, the TV. The difference with the new TV, the internet TV, is that people can interact easily.
Yeah.
TV used to be this call this number, and there were a call center collecting feedback from the people. Maybe they were letting people voting, but there wasn't much interaction. TV used to
Look,
be a
look,
box.
you just mentioned a clear example of how this process is broken. Come on. How many steps you did, to get and understand what the market is thinking of you or what you're saying. You have to say, you have to wait people watch, you have to send them a survey, get the feedback. Come on. From the moment you share the piece of contents to the moment you get the feedback, you have 30 days in the middle. What is this shit? Come on. I want to know the feedback right now. What are the people saying on YouTube right now? Is there any comments out there? There's any question? Of course, nobody can write, someone can say something, but you can get this right now. And so please shut up. You know?
Yes, yes, please, please. I would say continue. There are people watching all the time. They come in and out. It's true what you said. Like this, they can interact. They can write something, and even after, actually, the internet has shortened up the process. The TV used to be the static box in the living room or kitchen, or in the whole days in a public place like a bar. And now this internet is coming with people with their phone. They can basically watch it anywhere, in the toilet, in the bedroom, where they are, in the movement, where they are going. I was talking with people asking, are you coming to ITB? And they were like, no, and this and that. And I'm traveling back and I'm having this problem. But I think internet, the good thing with internet is the distribution, is that it's in every pocket, in every hand. Maybe creating a bit of, how can you say, dependence, like a drug. I see new generation always with the face glue on their phone, on their screen. But definitely it's a good shit, since you mentioned that. And I think the power of internet is interaction. People can really come and talk to you or to me or to anyone else, and then they can jump on the live stream, right? You usually have a panel, you invite different people on the show.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I can put a blog post and start writing a blog post and publish it and wish someone will read it. I think the live stream also help to visually, get a feeling, a different feeling. Instead of saying, look, let me read this paper. I got the nice newsletter from this company. Look and print down the newsletter. Come on, this is not a way to interact with the product. You are just taking the product and throw it away in the rubbish. So live stream, it's having a conversation. Tell me what you need. If I'm a company providing a technology, and I think my technology is the best on the market, this is what I think. Now, live stream, maybe for some reason, some company have some concern. We are very famous and reputable company on the market. What happen if we go live stream there and people start to say shit? Well, if it's not today, it will become tomorrow the problem. So it's better you face the challenge now than later. So yeah, there is no way to create a better way. There is no a better way to create a great contents from my point of view. So
So you would say that engagement is the most important thing of content, even more than distribution, being everywhere, and even more than the type of content. You would say engagement, interaction is the most important.
well, the most important is always the value you bring. If the content is good, you get the interaction. If the content is bad, people leave the live stream. So it is all for me that this is something very traditional. It is not changing since the human race was born 1 million years ago. Content is the king at the end. So if you are
Content
saying,
is king.
yeah,
Let the people talk, basically. Let the people say if they like it or not, if it's a good or bad shit. If they want to say something, let them talk.
yeah, no, but what I'm saying, if you want to have a good and qualified engagement, you have to share good quality, and nobody want to wear bad shoes looking. So if you build nice looking shoes, you can sell it easier. So
Okay, that's great. That sounds great. I think we're gonna close. So, um, actually, now let's talk about how people can contact you, where they can find you. If you want to say something in the end, and then I'm gonna keep the last 10 minutes just to remind the audience about some announcement, future events. I'm just gonna say we are working. We're trying to do something with you. We just met, we can say that, and so for me it's been very very interesting to hear you live and even in the weekend. And so where people can find Enzo?
right, first place I would say go to funneltv.tech is the website where you can watch the live stream, live or recording. And I would say at the same level, get in touch with me on LinkedIn. And because I'm always on LinkedIn, you can really communicate very fast with me, sending me private message if you want, for anything. It's just LinkedIn is the best place to communicate with me, and funneltv.tech is the best place to watch the live.
Okay, okay, that sounds great. So Enzo, thank you very much.
Thank you, Elio. It was
Thank you
nice.
very much. And we will talk obviously after this. We need to work on it. We have something I think very cool that we want to do. I really like the idea. I don't want to say because it's still something we're working on. Okay, but I really respect what you're doing and your journey through your life. Very interesting to know your cosmopolitan life, love life, career life. Very very interesting. Yes,
Thank
I
you.
think um, things don't happen for any reason.
And we
Things
have a lot of
happen.
things in common, Wow.
We have a lot of things in common, and we met for a reason, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show a couple of things, including your website. I'm gonna share the screen. So now the last 10 minutes basically is just announcement.
Okay.
If you want to stay, you can stay. Obviously, if you want to go, it's okay. And then I invite you for the next week, maybe to listen to your colleague Ryan or whoever will come as a
Grande
guest.
Ryan, Forza Ryan.
Forza Ryan, Forza Ryan. I don't
Right,
know.
I
I think
gotta go.
about Ryanair.
I gotta go, and let's connect in the coming days, and let's move forward with some plan together. I'm
Yeah.
happy to collaborate with you, and as we have a lot of things in common, I think we can easily succeed in something.
Yes. Yes. I think as well. Okay. Say
Thank
hello to your wife. Is it arigato?
Sì,
No.
arigato is thank you.
Thank
Arigato
you.
is thank you.
Konnichiwa.
Buonasera. Good
So
evening.
you should say that to your wife. Konnichiwa. One of my best friend is living in Japan with a Japanese that he met in Italy that she speaks perfectly Italian. She was selling Prada bags. Now I
Fantastic.
don't know too much. Yeah, very good, very interesting. Thank you, Enzo. Thank
Ciao,
you, Enzo
Ennio.
Gaita
Thank you,
from TV
everyone.
Funnel.
Bye. Thank you. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Okay, so now I just want to share the screen. Let's see if I manage. Yes, this is always a bit difficult, but I just wanted to show you the website of Enzo. It's this one, funneltv.tech. Also, you can find Enzo on LinkedIn. This is his profile, Enzo Aita, Revenue Manager. And there is also the LinkedIn page. So it was great having Enzo. I think I have learned a lot, and also our audience, the people watching now live or on the recording, I think they should listen carefully what Enzo had to say. This is empower. Empower is for people who actually need to get a light into their life. You know, life sometimes is very dark, especially on those days when people are locked in the room. They have no place to go because someone said so. They need to stay where they are and get ready to the shit actually raining down. We are getting prepared for the next recession. A lot of changes in the air, and people start to panic and think, "What should I do?" And that's when basically the wolf start to say to the chicken little, go to the cave, go to the cave. And I'm referring to the YouTube video Chicken Little, and you can see how basically the media and society are piloting the society, the people. And you should make your own media. You should listen to your own news. And I actually invite you, you know, if you haven't done it yet, apart from following what we are talking about, if you are interested in hospitality, in travel, if you like to go around the world and discover other places, other people, and yourself, you should listen, you should watch, you should read. But there are also other things that I encourage people to do. You know, go on YouTube and, you know, listen everything that you can find. Also the playlist we just created, that it's called Imagine Your Dream. Again, this is a very important part of your life, because if you don't listen something that empower you, actually what we tend to listen is something that put us down, create you know, depression and anger, anxiety, to hear all these people dying or getting sick, and then all the plan cancel and the future unknown and the market crashing. All this, it just lead you to the cave where the wolf is gonna eat you. It's gonna eat you alive. So with that being said, you know, don't fall into the trap. Stay strong, stay cool. Watch, listen, read something that inspire you, something that will help you to imagine and live your dream, something, you know, that empower you. And by doing this, you become a better person, and you can help other become a better person. So with that being said, you know, we have this series of webinar. If you are an industry leader, if you have something that you want to say, like Enzo or Ryan or Simon or Gianpaolo and many others who have been on those webinars, you can just select a date. It's a Monday, every Monday on the same time. If you are from Asia, actually, we can do an exception. Otherwise, for Europe and US, is at this time. It's 9 p.m. Common European Eastern Standard Time. For I don't remember US. I think it's 3 Eastern, and I don't remember. I would say 6 Pacific. But I actually write usually an email like this one. I hope this is not cropped, like Enzo was saying. So if you don't receive this newsletter, you can just subscribe to the newsletter on mondosol.com. Here you can enter your email and you can get notified. You can also, you know, hit the subscribe button on the Mondosol YouTube channel. We actually want you to do that. We have now a following of people. This is my profile on Facebook. You can ask to be friends. We're actually live even here, and you can. Yes, now I have me talking. It was good because actually I was missing Enzo. It's good to have people on this show, and it was good to have Enzo. I hope you will be the next one, you know. And Funnel TV, I think is a great TV, and I've been watching during the ITB virtual. So instead of going to Berlin as I was supposed to, unfortunately I had to cancel my plan, cancel my plane. I was lucky enough to stumble upon on LinkedIn, and I was watching and listening and learning. And what you should do, what Enzo said, you should invest in yourself, in your growth. You should constantly learn. Okay. And if you want to learn with me, with Mondosol, actually we created some free content, so you don't need to pay a dime, anything. you can just go to mondosol.com, and under owner, you can learn how to manage, market, and mark up a property. We also have a premium course, and today I was going to show you something. It's under one of the top e-learning platform called Moodle. Is used by university, and this is the Mondosol method. You're just behind the scene inside the course as administrator view. You can see we have created 5 years of experience, and under our Airbnb account, we have over 100 listings. We actually have over 700 in our account, and we have done over 2,000 reservations. And every reservation is usually 2 to 6, 10 people, and you can multiply that, and you can see that we've been serving tens of thousands of people with a lot of fun, problems, challenges, but it was definitely an experience that now we are sharing with you at a very affordable price, because as we do here in Norway, we are very humble, and we want to build the castle, let's say, or the foundation, one brick at a time. So you can come to shop.mondosol.com, and actually the first thing you buy, it's on us. You can see here, you can create an account and get some money just to try it out. So you don't need to risk anything here. We encourage you to register on the shop, and if you want, you can even get more money by doing more activity, sharing, caring, the love that you have for us, and we will reciprocate by giving you more credits, more products, more experience. So it's something I'm very excited to announce, as we are working now. Mondosol started, and I just want to touch base on the about page. We decided to go back to the roots. We started from one trip, family and friends. Family and friends, see, the first circle of influence, the most important people in your life, I guess. So both me and Lynn, we took our family from Norway and we brought them to Italy, in this little village here. And the idea was to help them discover something that they would have never seen themselves, something that was outside the circuit. Most likely, what Enzo said, break the rules, because it used to be the mass tourism where everybody goes and everybody do the same. They need to go to Rome and to the Colosseum and eat the pasta and the pizza just close by. Instead, our idea, and I want to give credit to Lynn, that she studied this in University of Brighton in the UK, the cultural tourism. It's something more, actually, the contrary. It's unique, exclusive, authentic, and you get to experience what's so different from what you're used to. Mass tourism, it was away from home, but home, as comfortable as you can, just with your pajama, or in the restaurant doing nothing, eating, beach, taking sun, having fun, and nothing else. Now instead, even Airbnb, with some years after our first experience, they decided to launch what they call Airbnb experiences. And I'm excited to announce that we're working on this project to bring back the real culture behind Mondosol, that was create memorable experience. So working with people like you to travel, not just touch base the most iconic places in the world, but also immerse yourself and learn and travel. And while you travel, learn, while you learn, travel, always combining the two things. And that's why Mondosol is an educational travel company. We are helping guests to have those type of experience, unique, and then host property owners. We partner with them, we help them, we elevate their guest experience. We try to teach them everything we are learning day by day by looking around all the industry leader, by getting them on the webinars, or by taking courses, by reading blogs, going to the websites of big company like Airbnb and Booking.com, and taking their advice, learning from best practices from Paris to Kyoto to Sydney. And I'm just gonna say thank you very much for watching this episode, and I wait you for the next episode. So for now, what I'm gonna say is that stay tuned, stay strong.